Did you hear it this morning? Did you hear those two words this morning? So the two words I'm talking about are try again. And if you've been with me since up to about like the past 3 weeks, you probably know what I'm talking about. It's referring to a video story that I did a couple of weeks ago that helps people with space setting and get their morning started. But I think it's a little bit more significant than that. I do refer to the video for people to go in and take a look at it. And recently a woman came back and said, Dana, the sound is off on it. I can't hear anything. And I went back and checked, and sure enough, I got a community violation, probably because I have potty mouth. And the video's there, but the sound is turned off. So what I am doing is I am re-releasing it here in this video. So those of you who haven't seen it, you can go in and check it out. I will try and remove the swear words if I find any there. And it's also a reminder for those of you who have been doing the practice. Now, here's the significant part. This morning was the first morning. I mean, this is really crazy, amazing, people. This morning was the first morning of our first collective timeline jumping again since we had the humanitarian humanity tipping point that happened on Saturday. So this is timeline jumping at a whole new level, and I found this morning it is clearer, it is more precise, it is more spot on. You can dial it in. It's really impressive. And if you don't know what's going on, or if you don't know what you're doing, you can be lost in this. You can be lost in this like swimming around, disorienting kind of feeling. So the suggestion I have is like stay online here, watch the video, begin the whole try again thing. If you need a little bit more, do my 5D prepared video that's in my LINKTREE. These are just basic tools to help keep you online. And newsflash, I was going to do ET stuff, and I woke up this morning and Spirit Team put me on this whole other path, and they're like, honey, you're going to do ET stuff, but you got to table it. They are having me do timeline stuff. So I have quite a bit unfolding over the next week that I will be sharing with you. So stay tuned to that and stay here. Here's the try again video. Enjoy it. It's a little bit of a laugh. So I specifically remember waking up one morning, it was like a year ago or well over a year ago, but there was this particular morning I woke up, like I woke up and I started to like motor forward, like you do in your morning, you like wake up and you kind of get your bearings, and then you begin to move a little bit. And I was just in that place, and I psychically heard a voice from one of my Spirit Team members. He said, try again, like literally like that. Try again. And it was one of those moments where I was like, what the try again? I haven't even gotten out of bed yet. You guys are already giving me instructions and I'm not out of bed yet? So I sat there for a few moments and I'm like, okay, try again. So I laid back in bed, took a breath, just kind of collected myself. And then that same voice said, that's better. And that began a series of mornings when I would wake up in the morning, and some mornings I would get up and be in a good place and it would be good. And it was just kind of like, business as usual. And then there would be other mornings I would wake up and begin to get up and I would hear that voice go, try again. And this kept happening. It repeated itself until it got to a point where something really began to sink in for me. Just know, this was not a one-shot deal. This was like over and over in like 10 days, 12 days. And somewhere around about the 10 or 12 day mark, as I was doing this, it began to sink in this sense of, oh, I need to be conscious not only where I'm energetically waking up at, like, yes, better attitude, yes, getting grounded and centered, like, yes, to all the basics, but it was more. And as I began to tune in to what is this about? What is this about? What is this about? It began to dawn on me, oh, I need to be very clear what energy space timeline I'm on, energy space dimension I'm in, because that really matters now. Like, that really, like, it mattered before, but now it like really, really matters. And, as my videos are beginning to take off and talking, doing channels with light team members and looking at astrology on timelines and timeline jumps and pendulum checking things. Spirit team really wanted me to get in front of all of you and give you a reminder of when you get up in the morning, do your spot check, do your breath work, in, out, ground, breathe, center, come to your center. Find out how you're doing emotionally, and you don't have to I will, be very clear. You don't have to force emotions. It's really important to feel your feels. Find out where you're at emotionally, find out where you're at physically, and then really tune in energetically to find out, what timeline am I on? When I get up in the morning, what timeline am I on? Now, I know that's not a question we have been trained to ask, and it sounds kind of crazy, but I swear to God, it makes a difference. Like, I have been practicing this for like over a year now. Not every morning, but on, fairly regularly, and especially on these really important mornings of where we're, what's going on energetically. And this whole idea of getting really tuned in with like, what timeline am I on? What dimension am I in? It literally has helped me shift from functioning in a 3D place to functioning more in 4D and 5D, but really getting on a trajectory of, what part of humanity do I want to be interacting with? What direction do I want to be headed in with not only my life, but with the collective? And just being really, really clear about that. And I swear to God, it's made a difference. I swear to God, it's the difference between me still being here and being able to talk with you versus not. So this is me getting in front of you to give you that quirky idea and share that voice in the morning of like, when you're beginning to get up out of bed, if it doesn't feel quite right, you can hear that echo go, try again. And you can just lean back, take your breath, locate where you're at dimensionally, and really gravitate into your space. I swear to God, it makes a difference. And I would love to hear from all of you about if you're already doing that, or what you do, if there's something else you do, or if you go ahead and try it and see what happens. Because I swear to God, with what we're living through right now, we're going to need to do this more and more and more and more. Okay? Hope you're having a good one, and I will see you in the next video.